After leaving McConnell's Mill, I'll drop a link to that video somewhere, Mrs. Faceless and I headed into Ohio, towards Youngstown to be precise. We were still heading towards our intended target, but it had been a few hours since we got up and we were now in need of caffeination. So why not combine it with a stop to take in a remarkable historic location? We are always on the lookout for interesting locations, and this is one in Mahoning County, certainly fitting that criteria. Nestled into the side of a creek is Lanterman's Mill. As you can see from the map, it's a very populated area, and the mill is also slap bang right next to a main road, making it incredible that it survived in this spot and was never pulled down or simply turned into a house after it ceased operations in 1888. The problem with locations that are easy to get to is that they're easy to get to. So unless you visit at some peculiar hour or during inhospitable weather, well, it's going to be peoply. So with that in mind, Mrs. Faceless and I turned up in the middle of the day, and we got just the kind of crowds we'd unfortunately expected. The classic shot here is from the road bridge, and as we wandered across from the car park, it was empty. So not to look a gift horse in the mouth, we immediately headed over and set up. As you can see, the mill itself is bathed in sunlight, but still looks good. Using the trees to shield the camera meant losing a big part of the waterfall, so a quick shimmy to the left brings that back into view. I'm using a circular polarizer here to cut the glare from the water, but with the sun breaking through the clouds, I'm getting some lens flare. The circular polarizer is preventing the use of a lens hood, so a trick here is to shield the front of the lens to prevent the sunlight hitting it directly and causing that flare. It's a good job I have 3 long arms. After grabbing the obvious shot, we headed round the trail to the covered wooden bridge. That would be a very pretty place to sit if they would cut all the branches out of the way so you could see what's down there. The bridge was a bit peoply, shall we say, so let's keep going and come back shortly. But Mrs. Faceless did manage to quickly grab this view downstream. Following the trail past the mill, we're now under the road bridge, hoping that there's a view from here where the bridge also blocks the sun. But short of climbing out from the walkway, that's not going to happen, sadly. What we also got was a sky with broken cloud and sun that was determined to shine down right where we didn't want it to. Back to the mill then, where Mrs. Faceless is determined to once more get into the shot whilst wrestling her tripod. I think the tripod won. Anyway, this is her shot of that bridge. Around 1845, German Lanterman and Samuel Kimberley set about building what is the 3rd mill to sit on this site. Upon its completion, it was used solely as a grist mill and apparently still grinds wheat, corn and buckwheat to this day. With a small break in the crowds, a quick wander, and we're back at the bridge, with just 2 or 3 other photographers. The covered bridge was added in 1988 and is a depiction of the type of bridges used by farmers to get their grain to the mill in the 1800s. As I line up, I'm trying to get the symmetry here, but it's a wooden structure and not totally square. So this is all about us getting it as close as possible. And I don't think we did too badly. And that's it for this video. Short and sweet, I know. And that's our visit to Lanterman's Mill over. And on to our next location, which you'll see soon. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed travelling along with us today, a like and a subscribe would be much appreciated. Until next time.